Sige 11 tu. Rapi semua. Boleh buat tu. Rapi kan.
Lordship, I beg to mention item number 31.
31?
Yes, Your Lordship. Lordship, I pray that if this matter can be taken up after 2 weeks.
Boleh asli gila sudah. Asli gila sudah. On behalf of?
Shri our Guru. No objection, Your Lordship.
2 weeks. Is your sanction leave?
No, Your Lordship, he's having some personal difficulty.
Yes.
Item number 22. That may come after 2 weeks.
This is the same Megafed matter?
Yes.
What remains here?
Because he's Ayub Khan is out of station.
That Ayub Khan is out of station. 2 weeks. Yes.
26, 27, Your Lordship. 28.
Same, connected?
It's same matter. It's involved.
What happened to your hand?
Lordship, I got yesterday at home by mistake, Your Lordship. I was peeling this coconut.
You won't do it on purpose.
No, Your Lordship.
Yes.
Your Lordship, for
Apply.
item number 26, 27 and 28.
Yes.
Item number 26, 27 and 28, I'm appearing, Your Lordship.
Okay. Right. Just together with that item, what is that? 22. Yes.
Much obliged.
May I please, Your Lordship, I beg to mention item number 20, Your Lordship. Let this matter be taken after 2 weeks.
Mr. D is on leave.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Have objection?
No. Yes, somebody passed away, chips.
2 weeks. Yes. May I see that?
Similar prayer for item number 21, Your Lordship.
Yes.
No objection.
Yes.
Much obliged, Your Lordship.
May I please, Your Lordship? I'd like to mention item number 18.
Where was you been?
He's stuck with some health issues, that's why he'll be coming. He's visiting late.
1 week. 1 week, yes. 1 week, Mr. Sen.
Obliged, sir.
Yes.
Similar prayer for item number 33.
This is gone.
Joint prayer.
Yes. Yes.
No, no, 33, my lord. If you see the last order, my lord, there cannot be any adjournment of prayer. Right?
Let's see.
The order says, my lord,
Let Mr. Yuban come. Let him come and be called out. Yes.
the last order says, my lord, there must be instruction, otherwise it will be closed, my lord. That is what the.
Very good. Thank you for reminding. Otherwise, yes.
May I please, Your Lordship, I beg to mention item number 19, Your Lordship. I pray for 3 weeks' time.
Who's on the other side? EEG.
Item number 19, sir.
It's a service matter. It's a service matter, my lord.
2 weeks. Okay. Yes.
Deeply obliged, Lordship.
Please, Your Lordship, I beg to mention item number 32.
Mr. Pinambri is still on leave.
Yes, Lordship.
It's only been mentioned 22.
32, Your Lordship.
No objection.
Obliged, Lordship.
2 weeks. Yes.
Your Lordship, I beg to mention item 24, Your Lordship.
No objection, Lordship.
2 weeks at 24 years. That's it. Yes.
Your Lordship, similar prayer for item 25 as well.
And for the petitioner, Your Lordship.
No objection.
Lordship.
Okay.
May it please Your Lordship, I also beg to mention item 34.
Mr. Mozika is very ill. 32.
34, sir.
Let me tell you, this is over. Yes.
May I please, Your Lordship?
2 weeks.
I would like to mention item number 23. I pray for 2 weeks' time.
On behalf of whom?
And Sinkon, petitioner.
What's your name?
Anikita Sangman.
So take the name now. 2 weeks, yes. The list is finished. Yes, except for 33.
Lordship, I beg to mention item number 30.
Number?
30. 30.
13.
30, Lordship.
Still something remains mentioning. Oh yes.
2 weeks' time, Lordship.
Why?
I'm not ready today, Lordship.
You're here. By the time the matter reaches, you can read the file. Yes.
Lordship, let this matter be fixed on the 16th of May.
Why?
No, Mr. Paul Pascal will be present physically that day.
You, Mr. Pasi, is a royal lawyer. That the whole court all right have to wait for him. You need after 2 weeks. If he's here, well and good. If not, we'll take it up. Yes.
May it please Your Lordship? Your Lordship, I would like to beg item number 29.
That's it. On behalf of?
Senior Counsel Shanghai Su.
Yeah, there the matter, Mr. Paul.
It's the sale also not ready, so the court is
Who?
after 2 weeks.
Mr. Sebastian said,
Mr. Sen.
He's not here. What's the matter about?
It's a contract matter, man. It's a contract matter.
Right, call out the matter.
Objection.
Crave your lordship's indulgence, Millets. One matter, Millets, it's a review matter. We are in the process of filing it, Millets. I was praying if your lordships could kindly have it on Monday.
Review matter? Of which order?
Well, some orders had been passed by your lordships. What had essentially happened is, Millets, there was some order of demarcation from Garo Hills, from the district council. Now, alleging, Millets, that I, whose land is, Millets, adjacent to the land of the petitioner who sought demarcation, Millets, I was objecting to the demarcation and physically stopping the demarcation. They approached this honorable court with a very innocuous kind of a prayer. Well, it's concealing facts that by, in the garb of trying to do a demarcation, they were actually trying to take over my land.
You were made party in the earlier?
We were not made party, Millets.
Okay, yes.
Lordship of Calicut. Well, it's also another matter, Millets. This pertains to, Millets, this is that matter where, Millets, the GST dues were adjusted by the bank It was listed earlier this week, my lords, my learned friend Mr. Datta, who is appearing for the bank, he was unwell and your lordships had been pleased to adjourn the matter for 2 weeks. Well, little difficulty here, my lords, is that the GST authorities are actually chasing the petitioner, my lords, and they are cancelling the registration of the petitioner. So we had filed an affidavit bringing that fact on record.
They will come Monday.
Monday, my lords. Great. Highly obliged.
Supplementary list, item number 1.
Taking steps.
You served the.
Well, it's respondent number 2. We've been able to serve through Dusty yesterday, my lords. Of course, she was personally not present, my lords. Somebody received the packet on her behalf and assured us that it will be delivered to the petitioner.
Where's Mr. Sen?
He's online, my lords. I can see Mr. Sen online.
Yes, Mr. Sen. Are you appearing on behalf of respondent?
No, I haven't received any instructions from my client in respect of this matter.
But why are you trying to stall the matter in the trial court?
No, we haven't stalled it. In fact,
why you filed an application of 711?
I'm told by Mr. Sangri so. Lordship.
Who filed an application of 711?
I filed the application in the 711. However, it was agreed that the 711 application and the injunction application would be heard together.
Who is that a fact?
Both would be heard together and disposed of.
After the 711 is filed, we had to file an objection. So we said that let the main injunction application be heard, to which my learned friend was objecting. So we, as a last measure, we said that fair enough. If you want to hear both the matters, but at least let the injunction matter be heard.
It is fixed on 3rd.
Absolutely. Malaj, what we had
on said, 3rd, let it be taken up on 3rd positively.
Malaj, your lordships may indicate that this matter will be positively heard on 3rd.
Yes, I'll record your presence, Mr. Sen. Since you're...
Lordship, let me just point out, Malaj, the last adjournment was taken by them, not us. We hadn't sought any adjournment. We were ready for the hearing.
Adjournment taken before the trial court?
Yes.
Yes, Malaj. They had taken the adjournment, not us.
711.
They had misinstructed, Malaj.
Not on the miscellaneous application.
No. My lord, I was present. The lordship passed the order and matter came up on day 12 for miskis. Both of us are ready. At that time, Mr. Sen filed application 711 and pressed for hearing. My friend saw time, then matter came up on 13. When the matter came up on 13, my friend again said I have to give a reply. I have received a copy of application of 711. So I have to give my show cause. Then
no, this would be, let me just complete. In the main suit.
So let me just complete. So my friend said we are ready. Mr. Sen also, I'm also ready for hearing. Then my friend said he may be out of session within 2 or 3 weeks. Then my friend said that my friend Mr. Pandey, my friend side said, okay, matter may be fixed on 3rd May for hearing of these 2 matters. So matter is fixed on that.
We'll just record that. We'll just record your presence today, pursuant to the order dated 26/4/2023. Notice has since been served upon the respondent number 2 by Dusty Service. Stop. Mr. SN, who's present today, who submits that though he has some instructions, is, however, entering appearance on behalf of the respondent number 2. Stop. As such service is complete. Next paragraph. It is informed by the counsels for the parties that the matter is fixed for hearing on the injunction application on 3rd of May.
Along with the miskis matter.
I mean, injunction application along with the...
Yes.
I'll just limit it to injunction application.
Here your lordships are dealing only with the injunction application.
Yes. This matter is fixed on the 3rd of May for hearing by the trial court. Accordingly, it is understood that the parties shall cooperate on the hearing that is to be conducted on that particular date. So this is matter after we'll list it on the 11th.
11th.
Yes. Cooperate and finish it off. As it is, Mr. Paul, you're on a very...
Malaj, I'm beyond that.
Position.
Malaj, I'm beyond that.
Main list, item number 1.
Become an outstanding player.
Outstanding player, yes.
This matter relates to creation of a new village. This second round of dedication, my lord.
4 and 5, where's Mr. Kriyam?
Yes, I am appearing on behalf of Mr. Kriyam for respondent 4 and 5, Your Lordship.
Yes. Yes, Mr. It's for admission hearing.
Yes, out of station, Your Lordship.
Who's out of station?
Mr. Kriam, be Kriam.
You've filed rejoinder?
Yes, we have filed already.
I just received yesterday.
Not filing anything.
What to do?
My friend is praying for time. Oh, you already?
Let's after 1 week as counsel for respondent number 5.
In fact, this is a disputed question of fact. Can it come by way of requisition?
We will address it. Yes. Just after 1 week.
Much.
Item number 2.
Lordship, item 2 and 13 to 16. 2 and 13 to 16. Lordship, may be taken after 3 weeks. In the meanwhile, because some of the respondents, they want to file counter objection.
Why?
They are not fully satisfied with the award. So it may kindly be taken up after 3 weeks. These 3 items.
Have the disbursal is complete? Have the disbursal of the compensation money is completed?
Yes, 2 only the order pending, because we have filed the application for withdrawal. The learned court below has not yet passed the order on those 2 applications. We are waiting for the order.
Okay. Mr. V.K. Jindal submits that this disbursal of the compensation amount is yet to be completed.
Yes.
And likely to be completed soon. He pays matter listed after
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
To enable the party to file counter.
Also to enable the party also to file objections of any stop. Accordingly, the matter after 3 weeks has prayed.
Item 2, 13 and 16.
2, 13 and
13 to 16.
2, 13, 14, 15, 16.
16. Highly obliged.
Congratulations.
Item number 3.
Your Lordship, I'm here on behalf of respondent number 3 and number 2 and number 1. We've already taken steps and we have already sent a recommendation to the...
You're aware of this?
Yes, Your Lordship, today morning itself.
So we'll close the contempt.
Okay, Lordship.
Yes, sir. Your name?
M. Lightman.
M. Lightman.
Yes.
Mr. M. Lightman submits that the order has been complied with. Stop and prays that the contempt application be closed. Next paragraph, Ms. C.B. Savian for the petitioner concurs submissions accordingly. As nothing survives consideration, contempt is closed.
4. Item number 4.
May I be Lordship?
Yes, Mr. Kumar.
I am for the petitioner in item number 4 and 5, my lord.
Where is your affidavit of service?
And as my lord?
Yes.
And additional affidavit as per the last order, my lord, it is ready and we will file during the course of day, my lord.
Okay. Mr. V. Kumar submits that affidavit getting service will file the course of the day just after 2 weeks, yes.
6.
My lord. Your Lordship.
Please, Lordship. I'll be filing my rejoinder during the course of the day, Your Lordship. It's already just signed everything and just to file.
Mr. P. San submits that the rejoinder affidavit will be filed in the course of the day. Accordingly, it's the matter after
2 weeks
for hearing.
Lordship. Most blessed, Lordship.
7.
May I please, Your Lordship, I humbly pray another 2 weeks' time to file a rejoinder.
How many times you prayed?
This is my second time.
Second time? Okay. MS Asmapla prays funds allowed for a 2 week time to file a rejoinder. Just thereafter and so on so.
Much obliged, Lordship.
8.
Please, Your Lordship. My Lord, we have received a copy of the affidavits filed by the respondents. I pray for 2 weeks' time to file a rejoinder.
Mr. Shongwan prays funds allowed 2 weeks time to file rejoinder affidavits filed by the state respondents.
Obliged.
All of you are filing affidavits? To all of them you're filing rejoinders?
to the state respondents and the district council, my lord.
9.
Cost been paid? Have you paid your cost? But not file affidavit. Then you pay every time you take time, you pay 5,000 in the course of the day. 4 and 5. You're number 4. You are number 4. Sheikh number 4. 5 to 7. Yes.
Item 11 also same, Your Lordship.
Yes. MSR Datta, Mr. S.C. Sheikh submits that the cost has been paid and affidavit has also been filed on behalf number 4. MSR Datta, however, on behalf of number 5 to 7 submits that though the cost has been paid due to unavoidable circumstances, the affidavit is yet to be filed. It could not be filed, sorry. She prays and be given 1 week time. Stop. Who else? You also for? Filed. You already filed. You didn't pay cost also. What means some more time? You're 8 and 9. Who's 8 and 9?
I filed, my lord.
You're for whom?
In the Safiqul Rahman, item number 11, my lord.
This is item number 9.
9.
You are not appearing here.
9, I'm not appearing.
Yes. You haven't paid your cost also. You paid the cost.
She will pay, Your Lordship.
She will pay or you paid. This is not the way. You're in contempt. Where's your senior caller? Where's she calling? She's in contempt. She'll be kept here the rest of the day because it's undertaken by the council. You don't understand what's contempt. Who's out of station? Who's M. Rahman? This is not done. Then we'll close your chance file affidavit. Yes, yes, prayers allowed. Stop. What is your name? MS TL Marshall on behalf of respondents 8 and 9. However, submits that the cost has not been paid nor affidavit has been filed. Stop. As the earlier order indicates that the filing of affidavit will be subject to payment of rupees 1,000. As the concerned respondent 8 and 9 has declined to do so, filing of affidavit is closed. Yes, this is matter after 2 weeks. Yes.
11 also.
You're not filing. 11. You tell your senior that it's been closed. Yes.
Wait, 11.
Okay. You all paid your 1,000 cost, Malsa.
I'm not filing.
4 and 5.
4, 5. Who is 4, 5?
Who is 4 and 5? Sheikh is 4. Kepal 5 to 7.
I am not for 5. I am only for 4.
What about your same? Then who appeals for 5 to 7?
On the last day, it's collected matter also. I think it has.
Very confusing.
It's a new managing committee. I think the old managing committee, they were appearing. But a new
MS Colony for 1 to 3, S.A. Sheikh for 4. Yes, I mean Yubin for 8.
8,
Rahman 9 and 10. You have the file affidavit paid cost. Yes. And who's appearing for 5 to 7 then? 5 to 7?
No, just have to go have those 5 and 7. School money. Okay. But this will have to go.
Philip Shandit. Check the service of 5 and 7 become ever served. 5 and 7 become served. 7 received. Received. 7 received. Then why was submission being here 5 to 7 by you all last time?
No, my lord. Actually, these two matters were connected matters, my lord. So it has come together. So, my lord, when this matter came up, we appeared for the
Okay.
matters.
Seven, yeah.
4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6, 9, 10.
What about 6, 5 to 7? But yeah, okay, yeah. Maybe I'll try that, yeah. 5 to 7,
Let
there's
them take a fresh step, your lordship.
There's
Let
no
them take a-
proof of service.
I may be allowed to take fresh steps.
Yes. What is the situation now? You file affidavit.
Lordship, so for the state, we have filed in both
Yes,
the cases.
Mr. In the issue line behalf of response 1 to 3 service has been filed. So also Mr. P. Yobin for number 8, and this is same order for 9 and 10. Neither cost has been paid nor affidavit filed. Affidavit is closed. Stop. Next, as regards respondents 5 to 7, it appears that on the last occasion it has been wrongly shown that Mr. K. Paul, the advocate, along with Adatas appearing for the said respondents. Stop. A perusal of the office notes indicates that steps has not been complete. The service is not complete on the said respondents. Petitioner to take fresh steps on 5 and 7 within 3 days, within 1 week.
Apply
Just
it.
after 3 weeks, yes. Or whatever.
10.
May it please your lordship. Pleading complete, your lordship.
What materials you wanted to bring on record?
Yes, sir. That is for the additional material, your lordship. Report given by the respondents 1 to 3.
What the report say?
Yes,
What is in the report, Mr. Walang?
No, because just like to bring on record, your lordship. At the time of hearing, your lordship, then I will be able to give my submission, your lordship.
Everything's complete, no?
Yes, Mr. S. Walang submits that the affidavit has since been filed and prays that matter be set for hearing.
Yes,
yes. According to this matter for hearing. Also.
12.
Good day, lordship.
Obliged.
You wanna... Yes, MSZE no country. Oh, Mr. Barsaji.
We are yet to file our affidavit, my lord.
Why?
My lord, we could not obtain the signature. Actually, basically, it's drafted. My lord, the officer concerned is preoccupied somewhere. My lord, we'll file it by next week.
4 and 5, 5 and 6 have filed the affidavit, my lord.
Yeah, 5 and
3
6
weeks
filed.
time, my lord. 3 weeks time,
1 to
I'll
4.
obtain instructions if required. I'll file.
Yes, Mr. B. Barashan, AG submits that submits that the affidavit. Praise that we given one more week's time to file affidavit. Praise allowed. Let them file it first. Just after 1 week or 2 weeks.
Obliged.
17? 17?
Yes, Lordship. They have finally given opposition. Your Lordship, only thing is that they also admitting the aspal my.
No, wait, first let's come to last order. Yes.
Your Lordship, I have filed my affidavit, Your Lordship.
Lordship, we have
Already,
to file
1, 2, 3.
We have to file, Your Lordship.
Why? Pension matter?
Yes, Your Lordship.
Lordship, signature, Your Lordship.
Yes, I just want to say is because from going by the record filed by my learned friend, because they also admitting the first time when
where
as per the service,
where have they admitted?
Page 11, Lordship, no, para 11 of the affidavit. Para 11 of the affidavit. This may read, Your Lordship. They say that.
Yes.
May I read that? With regards to para 11, Lordship, with regards to the statement made in para 5 of the repetition, the deponent stated that as per service record, the date of birth of late Pripson T. Sangma was 22/12/1959, which means his date of superannuation at the age of 50 years of service is on 31st/12/2017. Lordship, they have admitted as per the, but they say that if we read there after the month of March 2017, this relevant data based verbally informed that principal of institution about the date of retirement of late Princeton T. Sangma, assistant teacher, United Calcutta Government School, and stopped preparing his monthly salary. Late Princeton T. Sangma was asked to produce the proof of age when Princeton T. Sangma submitted the admit card number 685 dated 1st March 1974, issued by the Meghalaya Board of Education School to the as the proof of age. It is learned that the date of birth is 22/12/1957. Your Lordship,
2 years overstay.
yes,
Years,
Lordship, but we are not claiming that due to that admit card, of course, yes, mistake, but the
of course, mistake.
It is a government document, Your Lordship. It is issued by the Meghalaya.
My submission is that as per his the date of birth is correct with the service report. So we
So
will.
you should have attached. My learned friend should
because
have.
that fellow.
Have to what
I
is
will
that?
just.
No, it
This
is
is
not.
the birth certificate, Lordship.
But it is not attached to the petition, Your Lordship.
Because at that time was the birth certificate is not an issue, because I was instructed only because he was not paid the pension. So after filing only these things come up, Your Lordship. I will just
wait,
Lordship.
In the meantime, Your Lordship, I beg to submit one thing, Your Lordship, before starting hearing. In the first page of the affidavit, Your Lordship, I may be allowed to strike out 2 words through typographical error, Your Lordship. It is added.
What is that?
Your Lordship, his permanent address is Gwalpada, Assam, and thereafter it is added that North Garo Hills. These 2 words, Meghalaya, these 2 words, I may be permitted to delete, Your Lordship. Otherwise, next paragraph, he is the principal of the paragraph 2.
Then what is he stay? He has a school in Meghalaya.
Yes,
He's staying in Assam.
This is his permanent address, Your Lordship. Second paragraph, I have.
Yes, I've seen that.
First paragraph, I have written that he is
And
the.
the date of birth 57 by your own admit card you produced before the authorities, and the recorded is 59. So instead of getting pension, you got full pay for 2 years.
This is the that because now I can't say anything because she is already no more because his petitioner is coming is the wife because maybe he had.
Let's see what do you have there.
This is the birth certificate, my lord.
When it was issued?
Issued when?
2010.
2010.
We obtained later on. Do you have copy?
Copy, I don't have only that one.
How did he issue this one? On what? On the basis of what data? Normally, it was issued in 2010. When did you produce admit card? You produced it on?
Admit card 1974 metric. It is in page number.
When did you submit the admit card to the school?
It is after retirement, Your Lordship. He has
Showing that your date of birth 57.
57 is not written, only written that he appeared in metric in
Page 13 of the affidavit filed by my friend Lordship, the state responded. Annexure 3, the admit card, it's not exactly written the date of birth, but just mentioned admit card that her age as on 1st March 1974 was 16 years.
16 years.
2 months and 2 months, 9 days. Only that was no specific date is mentioned actually.
No, it's not
Not
specific date.
required
You can go
74
back
at
from
the age
there.
of 16. It is.
Then this is 1974. Where's the 74 date? Oh yes, 7 October 74. Yes. So you're 16 years at time. Right. What to do?
Then we can. The government is admitting once want to release us for the service report, Your Lordship, that since they are not denied and they are willing to
See, the thing is that, see annexure 2.
Annexure 1.
Annexure 2 of the affidavit. This is 2017.
Yes. Someone had already said, but due to wrong calculation,
Even even from the Office of the Accountant General, they returned everything, seeking clarification regarding his date of birth.
That is fine, Your Lordship. We'll be filing by the next.
Okay, you file. There's no point filing this one. What do you do filing here this court?
Yes, Your Lordship.
Yes, what?
Why didn't you produce it at that time when they asked for proof of age? The admit card is a reliable document because that was issued in 74, needed immatriculation. So that time only 16 years, so you were born 57. He was retired in 17.
Actually,
15.
he should have
You
retired.
served till 17. You enjoyed 2 extra years.
Only thing
They
is
can
that-
only recalibrate the pension. See, if they take that date as 57, then the 2 years full be enjoyed, then they can just minus the pension amount should have got, then recover the rest from your other pension.
The petitioner has no problem. He just want whatever.
Whatever is due.
Whatever
Yes.
due.
Everything will be paid. We are
Yes.
Whatever to let them give.
No, the order is already there. The order is already there that you were allowed to continue in service till 17. So whatever it is, the order by response that since he's superannuated, now just fix
You have
the
no objection
pension.
to that, Your Lordship. Petitioner have no.
Then why you've come to court?
Because this is she don't know, because she said that their pension has not been paid. That is the only thing that she's saying. So if
But
that
the
is
problem,
the case, what-
the delay is because of by your own action. Anyway, MS Pasa, please funds allowed 1 week's time to file the affidavit. So, Mr. P.T. Sangma, you want to bring on record?
Yes, Lordship, yes.
You bring on record if you want.
Yes.
Also, please have to bring on record the birth certificate dated 21/12/2010 issued by the Registrar of Births and Deaths.
May I please,
Yes,
Your
after
Lordship,
2 weeks.
I'm be allowed to strike out this
Yes,
two words.
stop. MS as per Sajid Akure is also permitted to correct the typographical errors that occurred in the affidavit opposition of the state respondents. List accordingly, yes.
Supplementary list, hearing, item 2.
There are 2 matters listed, item number 2 and item number 3. I think my learned friend is appearing on both these 2 matters. May I request your Lordships to first take up item number 3, Millards?
They're connected?
Not connected, Millards.
Similar issue, Lordship can take up item 3. Issues are similar, but
I won't say they're similar, Millards, but
either way,
We have lots of time, no problem.
Millards.
Oh, first we take up 33. Where's Mr. Yubin? Since it's going to take time. Yes, I-33.
This matter, my lord, if my lord can accommodate me
No
just a
accommodation.
week's time, my lord.
It's a judicial order. We have even the court is bound by it, Mr. Yu.
My lord, I understand that, but look, I'm not feeling well, so I would just.
No,
on
feeling
a
well is not
personal
only for
difficulty.
obtaining instructions.
My lord. Instructions, my lord.
See, as paid for.
Yes, my lord. I am aware that order, my lord.
Is done for to obtain instructions, feeling which the matter will be closed.
My lord.
Close it.
My lord, I will like to argue, my lord, on
Argue on
two
what?
points, my lord. No, because there are 2 points that I wanted to argue, my lord, which try to persuade my lord. Because at the end of the day, my lord, what is happened is that the work tender was awarded, the works were awarded. I have constructed to some
Your
to
only
extent.
grievance is to get paid for the amount of work you've done. Correct.
My lord.
That will be in a different proceeding.
My lord, but there is also another case there where they have blacklisted me, my lord, and that their agreement itself says the 60 days period is supposed to be given. I was given 4 days time to respond.
that here?
My lord, I've challenged that also, my lord.
That part was hard by your lordship, my lord. Thereafter, this order was passed. This order was not passed out anything, my lord.
No,
Now,
that-
so, my lord, 2 parts of the writ petition, my lord. His first part was challenging that blacklisting part, which my learned friend, my lord, seemed to be, my lord, not able to convince this honorable court. Then he shifted to the second part, my lord, what he wanted, payment for the works undertaken by him. Now, my lord, that probably, my lord, we resisted and said that is a subject matter of civil court, my lord. So, on that basis, my lord, he was given time. And then subsequently, my lord, was given time also. I do not know, my lord, he is right now, of course, my lord, I understand that he is not well. If he asking for time,
That's the only consideration.
My lord, kindly, my lord. I wouldn't have asked time, my lord.
Mr. P, you've been, so you've received instructions.
My lord, instructions part
Have
my
been
lord,
received.
I haven't received, my lord, that part. Yes.
To continue to fight until death. Or what? Now we just give you Mr. P. You've been praised that sometime be given as he's not in good health.
My lord.
Yes. This after 1 week, right?
My lord, I'm deeply obliged.
Yes, it's true.
So it's, the issue in item number 3, Millets, actually pertains to, well, it's non-payment of a bill by the respondents to the petitioner, Millets, in respect of works done by him and which is an admitted amount. That is the limited case of the petitioner, Millets. I will very quickly draw your lordships to Annexure 16 of the writ petition, Millets, at page 573.
Okay. 2014.
Millets. This amount is due unto me, Millets, since 2014.
Yes.
Well, it's minutes of the meeting for service tax on RGGVY scheme in Jaintia Hills district held on 26/8/2014 in the office chamber of the Chief Engineer, Lumjingchai, Shillong. Well, it's who are the people present? Shri JP Singh, Chief Engineer, Shri GS Mukherjee, Company Secretary, Shri BR Chen, Superintending Engineer, I Pasa, Executive Engineer, A Paul, Chartered Accountant, Mabane Enterprise, Shri M. Mabane, Proprietor. At the outset, the Chief Engineer welcomed all the members and the following points were discussed. The Chief Engineer highlighted the discussion in the last meeting regarding the payment of service tax and requested the members to present their views. The Company Secretary of MECL has pointed out that as per the new service tax regulations, any contract agreement after July 2012 will be subject to reverse charge mechanism in which both the PIA and the contractor will have to pay service tax to the government at different percentage depending on the type of service that is provided. After verification of the date of submission of bills from the firm Mrs. Marpening Enterprise Shillong, it was found that all bills of RGGVY in Jaintia Hills have been submitted prior to July 2012. Hence, the regulation of reverse charge mechanism is not applicable in the case. Further, the abatement of service tax on supply and erection works of RGGVY scheme, that is service tax on 25% of the freight value in supply of service tax on 33% of the total erection bill, is not applicable in this case, as this abatement is optional and not mandatory to the contractor to avail the same. Moreover, the contract is inclusive of all taxes, that is cum tax, and it might be wrong to assume that the contractor had calculated the service tax on the whole amount without considering the abatement to come to the final quoted figure. As per the Service Tax Regulation number Act 67, it is allowed that the contractor can quote the tender as inclusive of taxes in which the contractor is entirely responsible for payment of the service tax to the government. Now, this is the relevant portion, fellows. In view of the above, it was decided that the outstanding bills of Messrs. Marbanyang Enterprise Shillong may be processed for payment with due compliance of the audit observations in this regard. So, my lords, there is an admission that there was some outstanding bill, and my lords, the bills may be processed for the purposes of payment.
Yes.
Now, since then, my lords, this particular bill of the petitioner has never been paid.
How much is the amount?
It comes to, my lords, the exact figure is 195. 1,95,15,528, my lords.
Okay. Right.
Well, before I proceed any further, the respondents, my lords, have entered appearance before lordships and they have filed an affidavit where they have challenged the maintainability of this writ petition before lordships. Now, before we have to proceed further, my lords, I have to take your lordships to the affidavit, and your lordships will then have to decide, my lords, whether this matter is in a position to be heard at this stage, or, my lords, your lordships will be... Well, lords, what I pointed out to your lordships will kindly see, this was at Annexure 16, that is paragraph 16 of my writ petition. The vermins are in paragraph 16 of my writ petition. Very quickly, my lords, I'll just take your lordships there. At page 12 of my writ petition, my lords, may kindly have a look. Your lordships have it, my lords.
Yes.
Well, it's this particular letter, we've just quoted everything and it is annexed at page 16. So, well, I'll take your lordship straight to the reply to para 16 as contained in the affidavit in opposition filed by the petitioner, filed by the respondents. Your lordships will find that at page 14.
1-4.
1-4 of the affidavit in opposition. Your lordships have it, my lords?
Yes.
It's not paragraphed separately, but 15, 16, they said, the contents of the corresponding paragraphs are vehemently denied being false, frivolous, vexatious. The description of the meetings in the corresponding paragraphs are denied as false and fabricated.
Mm-hmm.
And my lords will kindly see how this paragraph is affirmed. Page 16 and 17, my lords. I am aghast, my lords, that this affidavit has at all been received by the registry of this court and has been placed before your lordships. None of the paragraphs in this affidavit are at all affirmed by the deponent. And if at all there is any affirmation, your lordships will kindly see the verification on what basis is the affirmation done. Verified at Shillong on this, the dash day of 2022, that the statements made in the above affidavit are correct and true the best of my belief, knowledge and information, and nothing has been concealed therefore. And who is swearing the affidavit, your lordships may kindly see?
Yes.
Now, lords, may kindly have page 1 of the affidavit in opposition, lords. Who is swearing the affidavit? Well, it is one Mr. Rocket CM. Paragraph 1, he says, my lords, that I am presently the Director Distribution MEPDCL and Respondent number 2 Meghalaya Power Distribution Corporation, and in my official capacity, I am acquainted with the facts and circumstances of the case and I am competent and authorized to file this affidavit on behalf of the respondents as well. And, my lords, a document which has been filed before your lordships on affirmation, and it is part of an official record, is denied in toto. Without there being an affirmation saying that, my lords, that whether this is part of the record or it is not part of the record. So my first prayer before your lordships today would be, my lords, that the records pertaining to this have to be called before this honorable court. And if after that paragraph 16 is found to be false, there would have to be action of perjury taken against this particular deponent.
Yes, Mr. Sai. I mean, how is this affidavit sworn?
Two aspects, Lordship, straight away. For a moment, if Lordship will ignore the existence of the affidavit,
the aspects on which we are opposing the
We can't
repetition
ignore
are
this.
purely
We can't ignore this. If you
and also
if you say that it is vexatious and frivolous.
Yes.
Yes, I mean there has to be some grounds to
correct. And
substantiate
Lordship,
that.
what I have said, if I may, what I have said is the contents of the corresponding paragraph insofar as they pertain to the description of the meetings. It is not that the meetings have not happened. There is no such denial, and there is no requirement in writ proceedings for there to be such denials in this matter. But the first aspect of the matter is the words that have been chosen carefully. It is the description of the meetings in the corresponding paragraphs.
What's wrong with the description of the meeting?
Lordship, because
what is written in
para 16.
Well, it just describes the meeting and that they paid the bill before July and that's it.
Lordship, now the aspects, for instance, in the middle of paragraph 16, it was revealed that the bills of RGGVY scheme were submitted prior to July 2012. Therefore, reverse charge mechanism is not applicable to the petitioner firm. That also the abatement of service charge on supply and erection works of the scheme is also not applicable as the abatement is optional and not mandatory. That it was also discussed that as per Service Regulation Act 67, it is allowed that the contractor can quote in the tender so-and-so is entirely responsible for payment of service tax to the government, and that it is...
What do you mean by vexatious?
Lordship,
what is your...
Vexatious would mean...
By your understanding, what is vexatious?
Vexatious would mean something that is
nullified.
That would be something that is...
Is there in the CPC?
Yes. Vexatious would be something that is completely bereft of any merit and is with an element of malafide. That would be what vexatious.
Absolutely in the air. That means you're making, you're just making statements which have totally unfounded.
Yes,
that'll be vexatious.
Yes, Your Lordship. But I see what has fallen, and I'm not opposing. I'm not for a moment even saying.
You withdraw the affidavit.
Lordship,
otherwise,
even otherwise, I'll have to seek instructions for withdrawal because I will make only.
You'll not accept it. This court cannot proceed with this kind of affidavit because this is really we can't condone. We can condone up to a certain extent, but to set the procedure in order.
I quite see that.
You have to respect.
I quite see that, Lordship, and I will not press on the affidavit if that's what my Lordships are inclined to observe.
We'll enter into the merits of the case, Mr. Sahai.
I'm not entering into the merits of the case at all. There are two aspects on which the writ petition must be dismissed, which even without an affidavit, this Honourable Court...
Yes.
One is laches and second is existence of an alternative remedy. Laches is a legal issue which can be raised, and the court in terms of section 3 of the Limitation Act is bound to dismiss a case that is patently barred by limitation. Because section 3 of the Limitation Act casts an obligation upon the court that the court shall dismiss a claim which is barred by limitation. So therefore that is not for, even if the point is not taken on affidavit, then also that legal point would always exist.
You file a fresh affidavit.
Lordship, I'll file a fresh affidavit, but I may only point out this because this is a case where on 2014, Lordship has seen that the minutes of the meeting is 2014.
Correct.
The writ is filed in 2022.
That goes on a different...
The writ has been maintained for 10 to 20 hearings. And the only two grounds I have taken in the entirety of, if the paravised reply is removed, I beseech my lords to for a moment remove the paravised reply. I have taken only two preliminary objections and I will sink and swim with those objections only.
Well,
there is an arbitration clause. The claim would be per se barred by limitation. That is why the writ petition has been filed.
Well,
if that is not abuse, that's the entirety of the matter. A writ petition is filed in a commercial dispute which has an arbitration clause, and a paravised reply is pointed out for the respondents to then again, because these are not civil proceedings.
Correct.
I quite see that we should have been more responsible in the affirmation of the affidavit, and I will not.
Yes, I can take your lordships to every paragraph of this affidavit and how offensive it is. And I do not understand how the registry of this honourable court is actually accepting these affidavits.
I do not believe that the registry would be in a place to
read the
my lords may kindly come to page 16. I do not see where is an affirmation. Under the Meghalaya High Court rules, there is a requirement of law that every paragraph has to be separately, my lords, pointed out whether it is out of knowledge or it is.
The court noted that.
Yes.
The court noted that. Well, that is why we think that this affidavit is not going to take into consideration.
We'll file a fresh affidavit. The only aspect of the matter,
under the rules, my lords, your lordships will also.
We're not proceeding.
Every affidavit has to be numbered. Every paragraph has to be numbered. These affidavits are not even numbered.
The affidavit filed by these respondents is not correct form. Moreover, certain averments are made there which are not, which should not have found place with regard to the replies made to the statements made by 16 writ petition. So Mr. Sahai please was allowed to withdraw the affidavit and to file afresh.
I have to also pray, Malas, let the records be called for.
No, let him file an affidavit. If it is sufficient affidavit is fine, because your case we have to look at merits. But on that we have to correct the course. We have to do some. We have to correct.
Same is the case, which is why I wanted item number 3 taken up first, because same is the case with the affidavit filed in item number 2.
Yes, the item number 2.
Lordship, kindly have a look at the affidavit.
So we have enough time today to finish all these matters.
Lordship, may kindly come to page 33.
Why was that pointed out earlier, Mr. Paul?
Malas, I saw it yesterday myself because I did not expect, Malas, that this kind of a response would be there. When we went into the merits of the entire matter, Malas, and we wanted to see what is the response elicited by the respondents, this is what transpired. Page 33 of the affidavit, if your Lordships again kindly see.
Filed on?
This is an affidavit which was filed on the 21st of June 2022.
Page
33.
Yes.
Same. This I don't think so. No, we filed an affidavit bringing on record the payments. It has the same defect, Malas. This affidavit otherwise, Malas, cannot be relied upon by your Lordship because it's not even affirmed. Again, the same person, Malas, making the same statements. He says that I am the director of distribution. I have the the knowledge of this matter is concerning from in my official capacity, and the affirmation at page 34, your Lordship will kindly see. And it's the verification of the affidavit. There is no separate paragraph, Malas, identifying the paragraphs.
No, what about the averments in the main affidavit?
Again, it goes on the same lines, Malas, that writ petition is barred, that there's a challenge to the
right.
maintainability.
I mean, with regard to any specific,
Malas,
any specific statement has been made.
I must be honest to your Lordships, Malas. After I noticed this defect, I myself have not gone into the really, Malas, dissected this affidavit insofar as the averments are concerned. But the language used is, Malas, again very same. My difficulty would be, Malas, that if I am relying on, Malas, in writ proceedings, your Lordships will be deciding the matter on the basis of affidavits.
Exactly.
Lordship, fortunately in this matter there doesn't seem to be any such averment in the paravised reply. I quite see that the tenor of the affidavit in the previous matter was not up to the mark.
Very offensive, Mr. Sahai.
I'll ensure that that doesn't happen again.
Yes, so what do you want to do to this matter?
I would say, Malas, that this affidavit would have to be reworked.
They only have to file additional affidavit affirming the paragraphs made here.
Lordship,
they would have to do that, Malas, so that it becomes, when I am arguing the matter, I can at least place the... Because here, Malas, this is the 4th round of litigation.
Was allowed to file additional affidavit with regard to affirmation of the paragraphs made in the affidavit filed early on 24th of June 2022.
If I may.
Yes.
Whether, Malas, an additional affidavit can cure this defect, I would, Malas, humbly submit that may not be.
Then he can file a fresh one.
Let him file a fresh affidavit.
File a fresh.
Not to create any
further technical hurdles on this issue.
Pursuant to the liberty granted by the court, surely an additional affidavit would do it.
Would do it anyway.
In case, Malas, it goes up an appeal, then there would have been some difficulty.
Yes, well, court's aware of that. That is why it says file a fresh one.
Yes.
Yes, parties, Mr. S.I. praised that he may be allowed to file a fresh affidavit, as the early affidavit file seems to be defective with regard to affirmation of the averments made therein. So, praise allowed. When do you want it? Since you've come physically, it's a waste.
Lordship, next Thursday.
Yes.
I'll have it done.
It's the matter next Thursday.
Can we have it on, Malas? Could we have it, Malas, on the week beginning 8th, Malas, subject to your Lordship's convenience, my friend's convenience as well?
There's no interim order against us. So
nothing. Both these two matters. There's no
interim.
Yes, you can choose your date.
Any date starting
Just
the week.
give a date.
Yes.
I'm grateful.
Let's watch.
see that affidavit yesterday.